Hi guys, welcome back to Blood Talk. Today we are going to be having a frank, quick discussion about, again, why it is not okay to go into creators' DMs and demand things from them or be overly pushy about something that you feel that they should have said to you or whatever the case is, and just project your own thoughts onto another living person. I've had this happen to me, of course. I do not think it's okay to do to anybody. And yeah, so we're just gonna talk about that today. So hang in there. Okay, so here's the tea. I was minding my business a couple of months ago. I wasn't feeling too well. This is just when I got the diagnosis about high blood pressure or whatever. And I just happened to be scrolling the timeline on Twitter and I see someone saying, they said the term bisexual is transphobic. I was like, huh? Because I followed this person for quite a while. We were mutuals, we DM sometimes, we talked a little bit. But this just confused me, so I went into that tweet, saw the replies, and people were just asking her what she meant. They were asking her why she said this. Oh, sorry, I might be misgendering them because they identify as trans, queer, pansexual, and yes, they identify as bisexual. So that was weird. But what really got me upset was when I was following that thread, I was going on their page and I saw them say to a black person that black people aren't the only ones that deal with some type of phobia. I think she was talking about transphobia or something, because a black person was saying their own thing about something. And that's when I was like, yikes, I'm unfollowing, because I don't know what is wrong with you or what happens. But this was back when, you know, Black Lives Matter, I mean, it's still happening, but the protests were more out there on social media. I mean, the deaths and everything were more out there. So I was just like, no, unfollowing. She turned up in my DMs, of course, and the next day asking why I unfollowed her. And I said, you said that the term bisexual is transphobic, and you talked down to a black person who is trying to explain to you their perception of what you said, and you just cut the person off, and that's not okay. And I don't feel comfortable following someone that thinks that way. Like, we had nothing to talk about. I'm not the type of person that will debate you. I will just stop talking to you or just remove myself from your life, because what this whole Black Lives Matter movement has shown me is that if you don't see me as a person, if you don't have anything good to offer me as a person, we don't have to be friends. We don't have to talk. We don't have to know each other. It's that simple. So I just separated myself from this person, and they were in my DMs and they're like, what's wrong? And they just kept saying that they were being invalidated. And I'm like, honey, I have no idea what you're talking about. She couldn't really explain to me why she was being invalidated. She was so hung up on the term bisexual, meaning only being with or attracted to two genders, when I was like, that's not even the case. And I tried to explain that to her, and she was just like, no, it's transphobic, but I'm still bisexual, and I'm still pansexual, and I'm still genderqueer, and I'm still this, and I'm still trans. And I'm like, what? Like, how does that even work? I don't even, okay, at that point, it was just like, I really don't care, bye. Like, I tried to talk to her for far too long, and the conversation just became a mess. Yeah, and I don't know their pronouns, so I keep saying her, because I think she had her in her bio on Twitter, but I'm not even sure anymore. So if I go to her or they, just forgive me, because I'm not really sure. But that was a weird one. Almost as weird as the time someone else got in my DMs and accused me of hating on all the Twilight fans when I never did. And I've just had this happen far too much now, where specifically white women or white people are coming in my DMs and insinuating that I, a black person, am personally attacking them in some way for taking a stance on something that has nothing to do with them. Or if it does, it's me separating myself from you because you have views that don't align with who I am, so I'm not going to be around you. I find it really strange how, one, this keeps happening to me, and two, like, it's always white people who do this. They start with something else must be going on in their life, and they have to take it out on the black author who's like cool and hip and down, I guess, on Twitter, and then just blow up my DMs and just accuse me of all these things that never happened. And they have like a whole different life thing going on than what I'm dealing with, and I'm just like, wait a second, what are you even talking about? They don't explain themselves. They just get mad at me and they want me to apologize to them for hurting their feelings when I don't even know what's going on at this point. Like, I'm over it. I was going to close my DMs after this thing happened, but I said no because I don't close my DMs. That's stupid. But like, at the same time, I can set boundaries. So come into my DMs and say stuff that I didn't consent to, I'm going to just be like, hey, I'm not in the mood for this right now. Bye. Because I don't owe, as I keep saying on this channel and on Twitter, I don't owe anybody anything. I'm dealing with my own stuff. We're dealing with our own stuff. We as Black people do not need to be at your beck and call. We do not need to listen to your tears. We do not need to be there for you because you are never there for us. I'm gonna just say that and leave it at that.
You know what? I had a dude, and when they say something like that you don't like, or they say something that you're like, oh, okay, that I can't be around people who talk like that. They take like a weird offense to it, which I don't understand, because you don't have to have somebody around you who's gonna like disrespect you, or you feel like they're kind of downplaying what you go through or whatever. And like, you don't have to understand, you just have to listen. And if you don't understand, that's okay. Just don't try to make light of it, or don't try to like make me feel bad about expressing that thing to you. I had it with a guy who like, this actually hurt me because this person was a really close friend of mine. I've traveled the roads to wrestle with them. Like, I thought this was like a good dude that, you know, like a brother. But if you're my brother, you can't be on social media or going out talking down about women, talking down about Black people. Like, it's just really bad. So I disconnected from this person, and like clockwork, you disconnect from somebody. And I didn't say anything. I didn't make a big grandstand. I just unfriended him on Facebook and unfollowed him on social medias. That was it. So I get like a constant stream of messages, just, hey man, I think you're believing the media and and I'm like, I don't really watch the media to believe. Like, I have my own thought process, and what you are spouting out is not something I want in my life or around me or around the people I care about, which is why I disconnected from you.
The person who's in my DM, this is why I'm a proponent, and I will keep saying, stop letting things online, like I said this recently in a tweet, stop letting things online affect you to the point where you say that word, invalidated. Like, sweetie, honey, person watching this, nobody, listen to me, nobody can invalidate you online. Like, no one, they can't follow you down the street and say, you're not XYZ. They can't like harass you and throw stuff at your house or whatever the case is. And if they do, that's when you go to somebody that can help. But for the moment, if it's online, which a lot of this stuff is, it is as easy as block, unfollow, or mute. You do not have to put up with anything that you don't want to put up with. And I'm talking to Black people especially right now, Black people, white people will, for whatever reason, place this onus on you to be their like guidance or their like savior or their help or whatever the case is. And some of them don't want to listen like Trevor's friend, or they don't want to listen like the person who was in my DMs. And at that point, it is not your job to show them the light. It is not, because we have so much going on. Like, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure during all of this happening. And that's when I really stepped back from a lot of things I was like looking at on Twitter and everything, and I was commenting on. I stepped back from a lot of stuff that I normally would reply to and get mad at, because my health is more important than your feelings, one. My health is more important than someone's viral tweet. My health is more important than someone's invalidation. I'm sorry, but if we met online, you're a stranger to me until we meet in person. I don't know you. So as much as I love everyone that watches my videos and talks to me and sends me comments or whatever the case, that's fantastic, but this is a one-sided relationship because I don't know you as a person. It's that simple. Like, you're showing me love for my work and my videos and my books. That's fantastic, but all I can give you is a thank you. That's it. And I wish more people understood that in terms of what creators give their audience or people in their lives. We are people as well. He's a wrestler, I'm a writer. We cannot give more than what our professions dictate. I write books. You get the books, that's my offer to you. That's what I can give you. He wrestles, he gives you a fantastic match. That's what he gives you. To ask anything else of us is not fair. It's not okay. And white people, you gotta do better, because I'm tired. People love me, they love our relationship, me and my husband's relationship. They like fangirl over it, which we find weird, quite frankly. Like, we think it's cute sometimes, but sometimes it's kind of weird, not gonna lie. And we love that you guys love us, but at the same time, we are just living our life and doing our best to make stuff and do what we love and do what we want. And the fangirling is a bit weird. The couple goals is weird because you guys don't know what goes on behind closed doors. You guys don't know when we argue. You guys don't know when we're like happy and in love. You guys don't.
I snore really bad.
He snores horrible. You guys don't know. You guys don't know what the story is except what we put online, and we don't put everything online because we are private people, believe it or not. So yeah, so we just don't share everything. So that is another thing that I'm like, you guys need to stop. I don't want to say stop because I can't tell you what to do, but I can just advise.
Scale it back.
Yeah, scale it back. It makes us feel weird. We're kind of like, oh, huh. Like we just say, oh, that's so sweet, but we don't know what to say because what do you say to someone that runs up to you in real life and is like, oh, you guys are like the cutest couple? Thank you. That's all we can say. Realistically, that's all we can say. And we love that you guys love us, yes. But at the same time, it's kind of weird. Isn't it weird? It's kind of weird. It's a little bit weird. But anyway, so this was my rant. It's been a while since I did a Blood Talk video. This is the first time he's been on Blood Talk, sharing his perspective as a wrestler, which thank you, Trevor. Thank you so much. But I want to do Blood Talk more since I asked you guys, a few of you guys in the group chat, if you wanted me to keep doing Blood Talk, and you said yes. So thank you guys for letting me know that, because I was going to stop because I thought nobody wanted to hear me rant. But if this video made you think differently or feel happy or whatever the case is, please let me know in the comments below, and let me know if you've ever dealt with someone crossing a boundary or just dumping all of their stuff onto you when you never asked for it, or if someone just overstepped a lot of boundaries and they were complete strangers to you. And by strangers, I mean someone you may have talked to on the internet, yes, but you've never met them. You don't really know them from anybody else, really. That's a stranger. And I'm really a proponent of not thinking that you know these people online, because you don't know them. I'm sorry. Like, I will keep saying that. You don't know them. This is Blood Talk. I'm Parris. This is Trever Eon, and we'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.